Hey guys, Evan Bourcier here, and you're back for vlog number 4, which is conveniently happening on the 4th of July, which is why I'm wearing blue and white and just bought a red camera, so I guess that's my patriotism for the day. But I missed last week because I have just been super busy all week, so I'm super sorry. And I'm going to try to put out some cool new content this week, both here and on my blog slash website, eBourcier.com, to try and make up for that. But today we're going to talk about something that a lot of people have asked for, which is how do you get new clients and make new clients? And there's kind of a lot of interesting facets to that question, but I'm going to try and focus on who I think is most asking that question and how I can most practically help you with that. So the first thing to think about is who are your clients and who are you really? Are you someone who's just starting out and recently bought a camera and is looking to get work? Are you someone who has a body of work and is looking to get more jobs as a cinematographer or director of photography? Or are you running a production company and looking to work direct to client on things? And I think those are a couple different situations in how I would recommend handling them. Thankfully, they're all situations that I personally have been in, so I'll try to briefly offer my thoughts on each of them. When you're first starting out and you don't have a lot of work, it can be really hard to make things, in my experience, because you don't really have anything particular to make. Like, it's like, oh, well, I could make a, fake promo for something, but without a client or any direction, it can be really hard to start even coming up with ideas. And so one of the things that I'll highly recommend is finding someone who you're interested in what they're doing or what they have to offer, whether that's, a camp or a band or a local business, and just offer to make them something. And I think that literally often means offering to make them something. Like, I'm not getting paid. We just want to try and make something, and will you give us access to whatever we need to make this happen, and start creating work like that. And then once you start getting a few pieces out, then people start to see that, and your name starts to get around a little bit, and you can kind of also start shopping things around. But initially, the most important thing to do at first is just to start making work that is for people. It's not just like a for fun video or something, but that, if people go on Facebook and they see, hey, I just did a video for this company, then that increases their odds of asking you to do something for their company. Excuse me. So obviously the tag along to that is that social media can be very important. It's been super important in my career, and I think it's going to be super important in pretty much everyone's career going forward. So if you're making things, try to share them and get them out there in front of people. Try to do that in a tactful way. You don't want to be overly schleppy or pushy or anything, but if you can just kind of float things out there, and usually probably if you're going to write something, word it in a way that promotes the client more than it promotes you. But yeah, so if you're just trying to get work, just start making things. Just ask people. There are plenty of people who don't have any money or don't want to spend any money who would be willing to take something. And so try and find those people and just start doing work for them. So, let's say you've gotten past that point, and so you're getting some commercial work and you're looking to get more work as a DP or a shooter or something. That's kind of a different world, because you're not trying to get in front of businesses or something. You're trying to get in front of other creatives generally, because you're looking to get seen by producers and directors and other people who would be hiring you. So in that case, I think that it comes back to the whole social media thing and networking and getting your work out there in front of people, and really just putting things out there that people like. So a lot of my recent DP gigs have come from Instagram, actually, that, I'll post little clips and frames from what I'm working on. And I've had a number of directors who follow me, and as far as how to get them to follow you, just be out there and don't be a tool, and try to have good conversations with people, and you'll make connections pretty quickly. And they, have liked my work and have asked me to be a part of what they're doing. Because if you put yourself in their shoes, they're looking for someone who's going to make their project look really good. And so if they see you making stuff look really good, then they're going to want to bring you on alongside. So making those connections. Another big thing with that is just getting wherever there actually are people, whether that's a conference or a workshop or NAB or something else, taking the time to go out there and try and meet some people who are hiring shooters for that kind of thing, and just making the work that you want to be making and putting it out there. That's one of the nice things about being a DP, is that you can even shoot stuff that isn't necessarily a whole piece, but you can kind of pick off a few clips and put them out there on Instagram, and you'll end up making some good connections out of it a lot of the time, because people go, hey, I'd love to have you do that on this project I have coming up. So now let's say that you're not starting out, you're not looking to get DP work, you're looking to just work directly with more clients and you already have a body of work. And that's kind of where I find myself most these days. So what I ended up deciding to do is take someone else, and in this case, he's a really good friend of mine who recently graduated from the Eisenberg School of Business with a marketing degree, and I've put him in charge of reaching out to clients. And so we are building pages on our website, a lot of which are not part of the navigation, so you don't see them if you go to the site, but we can send them to you, that are designed around certain clients that we're trying to pursue, whether that's a specific client or kind of a genre of client. And we're looking for those people, trying to figure out who the people we can solve problems for are. And then a lot of the times we're either seeing if we can't connect through existing connections, like 1 or 2 degrees of separation over to that client. And if we can't, then we'll just email them or something, and kind of put it out there and say, hey, we love what you do. This is what we do. And, we'd love to have an opportunity to work together on something. Here's kind of some helpful information. But we'd love to just grab coffee sometime and see if we can't hook something up for you guys, even with some of our other friends and network. And just kind of floating things out there and building relationships that way. And we've had some decent luck with it. We've only been doing it for a relatively short period of time now, probably like a month or two. But it's already starting to definitely lead to some things. But yeah, that identifying like who the client that you can serve best is really important. If you want to be doing crazy edgy sports things, then like who are the people who need that? If you want to be doing stuff that just makes money, maybe you should start looking into corporate stuff and find out who big corporate clients close to you are. But yeah, identifying those clients, reaching out to them and understanding how to talk to them and actually solve problems for them, and propose something that is, hey, this is how we want to help you actually do better, actually make more money, actually have more clients for yourself, rather than, hey, we're a production company that makes really cool stuff and you seem cool, so we want to be cool together. Because that's all well and good, but a lot of the time whoever's reading your email is going to be like, yeah, whatever, don't really care. So those are kind of my brief thoughts on getting new clients. Obviously there's a whole bunch more that can come into it, and I'd love any more follow-up questions or conversations you'd like to have. So whether you're seeing this on YouTube, Facebook, anything, comment and let me know what you think and ask me questions, and we'll try to follow up on that. So the other thing I wanted to briefly talk about is that I am working on breaking down a couple shoots that I've done recently, one of which is the brewery commercial that we recently worked on, which you might have seen a lot of Instagram posts and stuff about. But there are some parts of that process that are a little, I think we just need to make sure that it's the right people who are seeing that, and so it's not going to be a fully public thing, for instance, on some of our pre-production process. So my current plan, and I'm open to feedback on this, is that, I'll do a whole blog post on the actual production and lighting and everything, and that'll go up to everyone. But if you want to know more about like the actual business side and the conversations and emails that go into things and the budgets that go into these things, then the best way to get access to that is if you go to Patreon, which I will link here. And currently I'm I'm just trying to work through this, and I'm open to feedback on this as well. We're gonna start it at $15 a month, and that $15 a month will give you access to me sending you these other videos and blog posts that are going to be private and just for Patreon people, but are really about the business side of things and communication and all of that. So if you're interested, check out my Patreon below, and check it out either way. I'm still figuring out cool ways to help people out with that, and so if you have any ideas, I'd love to hear them. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Sorry that I missed last week, and hopefully we'll be able to keep this up now. Have a great 4th of July, and I will talk to you soon.